starting because
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to American Scousers Morning Coffee or Tea with American Scouser on a Thursday morning. Hold on, let me bring the big guy up. Yes, Steffi is in the house with coffee. We are ready to go. Audrey is back. It's another Thursday. What's happening?
What's up? How are you guys doing? I'm super happy. We're gonna talk about it. I'm super happy.
I know, right? It was yet another one of those days, and soon to be a TikTok star. John is here on Thursday because it is. We talked about it yesterday. We are at 816 now. So Audrey, we had talked about, you're newer to the channel,
you
but
have
when we
talked
did
about.
no.
You have talked about.
Gordo and I, the Wednesday crew in the past, and John
You have talked
talked
about.
about when we started the TikTok account, when we reach 1,000, that John is going to post a dance TikTok. So actually, John, maybe Audrey will be nice enough to show you because Audrey is like a huge Instagram star. If you guys are not following Audrey, so now
Thank you.
she can kind of teach you some maybe like a real moves or TikTok or something like
Oh,
that. Because
listen, I'm ready to do that. There's a lot of nice trends right now that I can just like teach you or
My
send
God.
you. So I'm ready.
there you
I'm
go,
ready.
Johnny.
So, I was telling.
Is that true, John?
Oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like I just
What?
come. Listen, you know what they say in a court of law. When you obtain evidence illegally, it doesn't count as evidence. So they
Oh,
always say that I agreed to it. I don't recall agreeing to it, but they've been gaslighting me that I agreed to it. So I don't know.
I
But
know. Thank God we have this live audience to back us
listen,
up that
listen,
this
I,
did
I
happen.
I do everything for the channel, but I have my limits, right? Like I'd like to believe I've done a lot for the channel since I joined, but I don't know.
it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Come on. Come on. Let's grow up.
Listen, and
Everything just
I
so
was not even going to post it, so you're not going to be globally embarrassed. It's just going to be the Wednesday morning show, like with the live audience over here. I expect record numbers that morning. By the way,
Yeah.
speaking of record numbers, Sergi, Mr. Barrett, Adam jumping on already. Hit that like button so that we can kind of get the word out that we have a TikTok and an Instagram star amongst us. And then I'm just trying to run the show with these stars over here. Okay, let's talk about yesterday because it is getting crazy. John, you're an NBA guy. I was thinking about it, then I think I saw Rich mention it too. Our Liverpool games are becoming like NBA games where you literally have to turn on the last 2 minutes. You don't have to watch the whole damn thing anyway because
Yeah.
everything happens at the end.
Yeah. You think to yourself, this couldn't just keep going, but it keeps going, right? Yesterday, you're just like, when it became 2-2, I was like, surely not. Like, surely. And granted, those two goals that Atletico scored were absolutely ridiculous. First goal shouldn't have stood. Alvarez was blocking Allison's viewpoint. Like,
yeah.
that's offside.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's offside in any other game. Second goal, massive fluke, double deflection, goes in. Like, what are we doing? And I'm not the biggest XG guy, but I count it as a valid metric. I saw from this account called XG Philosophy, I think theirs was like 0.23. So numbers aren't everything, but they tell somewhat of the story. And I think, listen, like people say we got lucky. I don't think we got lucky at all. Like it's not like those games against Newcastle, not those games against Bournemouth where you're like, yeah, we maybe got away with it in the end. I think we played well enough to deserve the win.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, Audrey. Compared to, I know Arsenal game was fairly even. I felt. I mean, like the Burnley game was dominant and stuff, but like this is a game where we definitely deserve to win. It probably should have been 4-1, 5-1 once we were up. Even like the middle of the second half, some of the stuff we missed, we almost tried to walk it into the goal instead of just like taking a shot
Yeah.
sometimes. I mean, it was very well deserved. Like if
Yeah.
it was a 2-2, I would feel like, we kind of got
We lost.
robbed in a
Yeah.
way.
And it's not that like we do not deserve the winning when it's a late winning. but we're back to early goals, and that
Yeah.
makes a difference, and like definitely. And when we are just like trying to keep that result with such a success, let's say, and especially when we had like this goal from Llorente that it was offside.
Mm.
So in this game, I think, yeah, like we definitely deserve to like that result for sure, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I was shocked they didn't look at that goal for offside. Did it go to VAR?
It did for like 2 seconds.
That's what I
They were
mean.
like,
Like,
"Yeah, it's
I
good."
thought
That
they
was
would watch that
crazy.
over and over again. It was going to be one of those. So I was
Yeah,
kind of shocked that it was not.
considering it's funny you bring that up, Tim. Considering how long they took for that non-pen, that was clearly a non-penalty. The one that
Yeah.
came off of the defender's chest. That was
Yep.
clearly not a penalty. Like I was like, "What are you guys doing? Taking this long to look at it?" And they took like a split second to look at the Alvarez thing, where they
Yeah.
should have taken really long to look at that. I
Because
was
I
like,
thought
"What's
it was
going on?"
very, very clear that the
Yeah,
dude was in front. And
yeah.
when I saw it, I was like, damn it. And then I'm like, oh, that's going to be offsides. And
Hmm.
then I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what? We kicked off already? Like, nobody's looking at
Yeah,
this?
No,
Allison saves that.
and Allison
Allison
was
saves that.
saying, yeah,
Yeah.
he was like, "What is that? What is
Yep.
happening? Like what's going on? Why?" That
No,
was clearly
same,
no
Audrey,
goal.
same. I was like this until halftime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, like that's not possible. But
Here's
I
the
don't
thing,
know.
though. Let's talk about this because, I mean, is this the third time we're giving up a leads after having a comfortable lead this season? Obviously, we had the Bournemouth game. Newcastle, I don't know if you would say it's a comfortable lead, but it should have been comfortable knowing, they were a man down and everything like that.
Yeah.
It feels like, Audrey, every time what the hell? Ozan is going international. So does that make any sense, Audrey?
Buenos días, ¿cómo has estado? Muy bien, ¿y tú?
He doesn't understand a word you just said. He just Googled that. So don't give him minutes. But he is now Googling that, trying to see what the heck he told him. But my question is, like, how
You're
do we
jealous.
become like, it feels like we play like a Klopp team now. It's going to be like one of those
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo scenes where like Slot takes the mask off and it's going to be like Klopp. We used to be up 2-0 and basically shut it down, and like no risks behind, no danger behind. We are kind of constantly going for the third and fourth and very, very open now. Why do you think there's that change?
Confidence, I will say. Like I think Slot has been really, I want to find the right word. In Spanish it's like atrevido, like he goes for it. I'm not saying Club didn't, but he he exceed like the expectations, in my opinion, of trusting, like making us trust him in his way of playing. Like he definitely trusts of like his players, and he goes for it. It's not like I'm gonna just like take this like the result, but I definitely go and win, especially in Anfield. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's a personality situation for our new manager. I love Klopp, but the confidence that you can smell in him is like huge, and it's different. Like it's
Yeah.
a new, yeah,
By the way, thanks, Ozan. Man, nobody works Google like you do,
bold.
bro. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta say. Nobody works Google like you do.
man, listen,
No, I agree. Actually,
I think Spanish, bold, exactly.
mm,
Do you think it's bold? I mean, I almost think a little bit, John, that it's I don't know. Reckless is probably too strong, but that was one thing I liked about last season when we were up 2-0, I could lean back a little bit. Maybe I could sit down even and stuff. Whereas now it doesn't feel like that at all. I know we'll talk about the midfield. I think that's we lose our balance when McAllister is not there. But how are you? Like, what do you see? Like, why are we so open and give up these 2-goal leads?
it's. I think it's a lot of circumstance. Actually, I agree with Aji. We're playing at Anfield. We're up 2-0. Yeah, sure. Atletico like eventually managed to settle, but we weren't stopping creating chances. And we had like two, three, even four chances that could have easily made it 4-0, 5-0 at one point. Even before the goal that was supposed to be offside stood. Like, I don't fault like us trying to find more goals, especially given the occasion. It's first Champions League night at Anfield. You want to start off well. You want to get a little bit of goal difference there, especially since we started 2-0 and they looked like they were shaky a little bit there. If we're talking about this particular game, it's easy to go like, I feel, yeah, we gave up a lead, but it was just extremely unfortunate circumstances. If we're
Yeah.
if we're looking at the goals conceded, one shouldn't have stood. The other was a double double doink deflection, sort of like from the Divock Origi Jordan Pickford thing in 2019. I don't know. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm less worried about the lead we gave up last night than I was when we gave up a lead against Bournemouth, when we gave up a lead against Newcastle, even when we gave up a lead against Crystal Palace in the Community Shield, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
see, this is something like, I wasn't worrying on a lot of things, but I do worry about this one because I do think
You don't think, well, let me just ask you don't think that the two goals we conceded, it might have been our fault, sure, but I feel like it's more unluckiness than our fault.
I mean, the first goal, if you say, well, it's not offside, not really. I mean, we should not, when you're up 2-0 and you're that comfortable, I don't think you should ever be outnumbered in defense. You should never put yourself in a situation that you're countered on and you're outnumbered. That's a little too aggressive. I mean, part of that comes with Adri's boyfriend Szoboszlai in being that defensive midfielder spot, because what happens, I think, is when McAllister and Gravenberch are there, Adri, there's a bit more of an understanding. Like, Gravenberch had like a lot of great runs yesterday. But the
Yeah.
problem is usually when McAllister is there, when he sees those runs, Mac is kind of sliding back. So there is a little bit of that insurance still there. I don't think when they're with Szoboszlai, it's not there. Szoboszlai is a very attack-minded guy too. So suddenly we lose the entire midfield. And what happens is we get countered on, we get outnumbered. There were too many instances yesterday. I was like, how the heck is this happening? We're up 2-0. We're dominating. I'm all for creating more chances on going for more goals.
Yeah.
But we
I mean,
used to do that with being secure in the back too. Like, with one less guy attacking, we still used to create chances.
yeah, like that being said, like also they looked good, for sure, better than other games in my opinion. But like, for sure, there's a couple of adjustments to make in the back, Like, this is the fifth game, and man, I don't know, Konate, I think he's still a little bit disconnected. Like the second goal, I think he went through his legs, if I'm not wrong. And that concerns me a lot. Not a lot. No, not a lot, but that concerns me. It's like,
Not that much,
like,
but yeah.
yeah, not that much. Yeah, well, let's not, let's not, but yeah, there's adjustments to make for sure. Like, that's obvious. But
Mhm.
in general, I think they looked good, um, and I think the confidence is just different this season. Especially, it's been, I don't know, like they are trying to adjust themselves, like, to these new players and this new way of playing, and they've been doing great. It's not like Isak. Well, we're gonna talk about Isak, for example, but it's unbelievable how, like, in your debut you play the way he did. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my God! Like,
That
what is
was a
he
little
gonna give
crazy.
us?
That was a little crazy. I was like, Arteta is just trying to
I
speak it
love
into reality
I
over
love
here. It's
it. I love
wishful
it,
thinking.
bro.
Like, I don't think yesterday was that game should have been done and over with. That should have been 4-1, 5-1. And in most cases, it probably is. We're
Yeah.
almost like, I think the chances were coming so often, John, that when that happens, and sadly, as a defender, it would drive me nuts watching the forwards. Like, we're creating a lot of chances, and almost like forwards get a little cocky when that happens, and they try to almost do a little get a bit too cute, too fancy, if you will. Whereas, like as a defender, I'm like, just freaking score the damn thing. Let's go up 3-1, 4-1, so that we can relax back here while you guys are screwing around up there, kind of a deal. So I always felt
Yeah.
like that. And it's like, like the one that Veers misses, just freaking shoot. You don't have to
Yeah.
like dribble and
I
like
know.
roll it into the goal and stuff.
Yeah.
But they were at these creating chances. And let's do talk about Isak, because man, like for a debut for a guy who hasn't played in a long time, I mean, the stuff he showed was, I think I was telling my brother it looked delicious. Like I was like, man, this is going to be great, kind of a deal.
Oh yeah, it's very tasty, like a breakfast burrito, which I'm really craving for right now.
Breakfast
Um,
burrito does sound good. Damn it.
yeah, it sounds good, right? I was about to say, that's why
Damn
I
it.
kind of echo Adri's point, where you know we missed a few chances. A lot of them is due to the fact that these guys aren't 100% in sync with one another. If Isak, I mean, if Isak or Wirtz or a few more games under their belt, Wirtz just shoots,
Yeah.
in the positions that he's in. A lot of it can be sort of attributed to, still to the adjustment period, but at the same time, this is us adjusting. And we looked really
Yeah.
good against a top quality side, who, granted, was missing their best player and Alvarez, but that structure that Simeone sets up, it's really good. And everyone thought that we just blow them away after going 2-0 up. Like, credit to them, they managed to adjust quick.
Yeah.
They managed to set up really well. They managed to defend well and hit us, regardless of whether you think that the goal shouldn't stand or not. They got into some really good positions, which I think we
Yeah.
we defended well at some points. But it is what it is. We are going to get a stretch of games, consecutive games this month, heading into the next international break, where it's like we have a game on the weekend, then midweek game again, then game on the weekend again. So a lot of these guys, whether they like it or not, they're going to get used to each other. And when they do, like that frustration that you mentioned about Wirtz not wanting to shoot, or not Gakpo not seeing Wirtz on the side, or so on and so forth, I feel like that's going to get cleaned up. And when that starts happening, we might not worry about giving up leads anymore, because those chances where we try to walk it in, we just bury them, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, some of it is like sometimes you have those games where everything you
Yeah.
touch. I mean, I go back to that 7-0 United game where like everything we touched went in or bounced off somebody's ass and landed in front of us again and stuff like that. It wasn't like we've had more dominant performances that didn't lead to 7 goals and stuff like that. But Ozan, the international man of mystery over here, says, yeah, let's not forget Mo Salah hitting the post from an
Right.
open
The thing
chance.
is, if Salah buries that chance, we're not talking about this 2-2. Or if Wirtz like puts in that
Yeah.
where he just shot, it's like it's going to be 4-1 at that point. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I guess that's what I was trying to say, which I guess didn't, which sort of like why it doesn't concern me as much. Any other game, those shots go in. Like if you're talking about metrics, those are probably like 95% chance Salah scores that. This is like the one instance out of 10. You know what I mean? Which is
That's fair. I
Yeah.
mean, that's fair, but I don't know. Like, you don't want to give up. I guess my thing is, Adri, if you the same as scoring late and winning that way,
Mm.
just like that can scare an opponent and say these guys are going to eventually get it, kind of like morale wise.
Yeah.
But there's something to be said about when you constantly give up leads, when you're up against another team, instead of demoralizing them and putting them away, you're going to have a team that says, hey, these guys let you back in the game. If you stick it out, you know what I mean? As opposed to being like, poof, this is gone and done and over with. In the past, I felt like the moments we went up by 2 with Slot, not in the Klopp era, but with the Slot era last year,
Okay.
the moments we were up by 2, I felt like it's game over. Nobody's coming back from this. Now it feels like the door is a little open, and if you kind of wait a little bit, you might be able to poke your head in there.
Yeah, and that I find this fascinating, you know? Like in certain way. I told you, like, I think it was like 3 weeks ago or something, that uh one of the things that made me love football is I'm Colombian, Johnny. So it's like I'm so passionate about this. Like I have this in my blood, and I know it's not ideal, let's say, but that makes Liverpool game different.
Mm.
It's like I think we're just like making a twist, you know? Like this season, having these last minute winnings, it's like when I say fascinating, uh, it's not a synonym of ideal, but
Yeah, definitely.
but it like it's there's some magic on it, and trust me, I think that's gonna make something in our players' minds. Yes or yes, like they know um something is gonna happen. Like we are
Yeah.
capable to to we're capable of the comeback, and we are capable of winning this. I don't know. I think like your the set mind is gonna change, um, and I think I like it.
Mhm.
I hate to say this, but I think I kind of like it.
Okay, we're not all Colombian, and some of us have, medication we have to take. Okay.
Yesterday, a follower asked me like, who's your doctor's heart's doctor, and I was like Virgil van Dijk. I was like,
I
wow.
did not know. I did not see this. Arne said that last year for up 2, it was game over. Right now, the door is open a bit. He did actually say that, but per quote, because I watched the press conference. I didn't catch it. Maybe
Are you
he
sure
said
it's
that
not
for one.
Timucin disguised as a slot?
Yeah,
Saying
just
that?
like take the mask off, another Scooby Doo moment. No, I thought it was maybe he said it like the stand up interview post match or something like that. That I did not get to watch that, but I
I didn't
think
watch the press.
part of that is, like I say, especially early on, McAllister not being there, I think left a bit open on the counter. But yeah, I don't consider this game a lucky win and we got away with it or anything like that. So, I mean, it was, I mean, yes, our first goal is lucky too. It's like Robertson goes in and stuff like that. But it
The
just looked like,
chances we made.
especially the first half, it just looked like at any given second, we were going to score, John, like
Yeah.
throughout the game with Isak. And one guy that we have to mention is, because we have kind of like mentioned it a lot when he was not at his best, is probably Wirtz, because I think this was like
Yeah.
it was like his game. Maybe he had why is it why do you think it was more his game? Because it was night and day compared to some of his past performances.
Well, adjustment. I think he's slowly getting into the rhythm of things, like we talked about it yesterday, where just give him time. Like I know he doesn't have as much time as others because he's £100+ million signing, but then at the same time, it's still coming to the best league in the world from a league where essentially there's only 2 or 3 teams that you have to worry about. Here it's different. Someone did mention, I think it was you, where he might have he might have better luck in the Champions League. Well, there you go. Maybe it's I wouldn't say less physicality, right? Because Atletico were massively physical yesterday. So if I'm gonna just come up with one straightforward thing, I think he's just getting more accustomed to his teammates. The last thing, and to a fault rather, I think he's still wanting to be that team player where I'll pass it to death, like I'll still set you up, like you can see that he's still adjusting, but it's getting more in sync now. Like people are reacting, people are being in the positions that he wants them to be, when he has the ball, like he's being there and people are trying to find him, but it's still a work in progress. And I think be more selfish, Wirtz. Like, in my opinion, you're the best 10 in the world. Take those shots. Like, gamble. Like, take those. You remember when we got on Szoboszlai during his first season where he kept taking those long shots? I would like Wirtz to take like 2 or 3 of those each game just to see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, he's a good shooter of the ball. Once he gets into the box, you can see his head is swiveling. He's trying to find Mo or Gakpo or Isak, which is fine. But then when you get to the point where it becomes habit, when he has to shoot, my friend. And people might say that this is like a criticism. We've actually gotten to the point where he's in excellent positions now, so it's slowly steadying. It's slowly going up. I just think the makings of our outright best player over the next few seasons are there. It's just a matter of time. It sounds like I'm criticizing him, but I'm not. I'm seeing the progression. It's just
Okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing the
Things you
progression.
would like to see, kind of a deal. See, it's
Yes,
all fun
yes.
and games till he skies a couple of those shots while that's what Szoboszlai was doing in the beginning, and I think that's why it was like stop freaking shooting when we're kind of like dominating.
Well, I'm
By
not
the
telling
way,
him to
I have
shoot.
TikTok open over here, and I keep getting updates that there's like new followers subscribing. While we were on, we had like 3-4 new TikTok subscribers. But the biggest thing is YouTube subscribers as well. Because are you gonna do like we should do another dance or something like that for that? But trying to
Oh,
reach
you can do
1,500.
that.
That's the
Like, I'm
goal
not
by the end of
agreeing.
the
For the
month.
record, I'm not agreeing
You're
anymore.
not agreeing to that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do a dance once we get the. Go ahead.
Sorry, like talking about beards, can we talk about Gakpo honestly? Because when he just left the pitch and they put beards on the left, I think he looked way much better. And when
I
Maka was
agree.
a
Yeah,
10,
I
so
agree.
that also tells me that Slot finally is like understanding Gakpo is not the freaking answer for everything. Like he can move him from there. Like
Mm.
stop. And that movement, uh I don't know, he was more comfortable for sure. And I was seeing him more than as a 10 for some weird reason. And that's something that Slot used to do, right? Like
Yeah.
you need to know how to play in every freaking position. So I don't know if maybe he's just gonna be better there, or is a Gakpo's trouble too, because he was terrible yesterday and he's not been
Yeah,
the
he was
greatest
not
lately.
good yesterday. That's for sure. I think he
It,
doesn't. The
it's funny
Gakpo
because
thing is
everyone in the attack was sort of sparkling, and then Gakpo was there. He's like an old engine. He was starting and stopping. Like
Yeah.
you think he's
yeah,
making the right move, and then he just ruins the move with like a wayward pass, or he just falls down. I don't
Like
know if you remember this sequence where I think he had the ball. He was driving forward. He had Mo to his right, and I think he had Wirtz and Isak on his left. He comes in and he just falls over. Like, dude,
yeah,
release the
yeah.
ball. Like, and I'm Gakpo's like, you know Tim, right? You were gaslighting me for hating Luis Diaz, even though I
yes,
don't like I don't hate Luis Diaz.
yes.
Yeah, like,
Big.
no.
Oh,
It's
that's
wait,
right.
wait, wait, wait,
Audrey's
wait, wait,
here.
wait, wait, wait.
Yes, John is what is the
No,
biggest
see,
Diaz hater
Wait,
see,
on
wait,
this
wait.
Adri,
channel.
Adri, you see this? Like he's
Wow,
like
wow. I'm living.
the this is the gaslighting that I'm saying. Like the dude is saying I agreed to a dance, and then he's gaslighting me that I hate Luis Diaz, even though I don't hate Luis
Yeah,
Diaz.
I need the chat to
But
come to my rescue on this because how much did he? Everybody knows he loves Gravenberg, but everybody
Yeah,
also has to confirm that he's a Diaz hater.
I was the first person who mentioned that I was upset that Diaz left when he left on the Wednesday show. For the record, I was the first one who said I was really sad that he left.
listen, but there's a but. I want to hear the but.
Yes, the
I
butt.
just the but was I said I liked Gakpo a little bit more.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
No,
I said
I
I
gotta
liked Gakpo a
go.
little bit more. Like I liked Diaz, Adri, but I liked Gakpo a little bit more last season.
No,
I'm
no,
I'm
you
sorry.
just,
I just
you're
have
just,
to.
you're breaking my heart. I was like, this guy's so smart. He's like, oh my God, the way he talks about football, he's just
Sir Z,
like,
what are you doing, my friend? I stood up for you yesterday, and now you're backstabbing me. Like
you
I.
know nothing.
I totally forgot about that, by the way. Good thing you brought it up. Yes, because obviously being Colombian, I totally forgot about that. Thank God you brought it up. Because yes, you did poo-poo Lucho a lot and wanted
I
Gakpo there
wasn't
instead.
poo-pooing Lucho. I just liked Gakpo a little bit more, and then for some reason it became I hate Lucho for some reason.
Well, liking Gakpo better than Lucho is hating Lucho, actually, my
Oh
buddy.
my gosh.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's just freaking wrong. But no, all joking
It's
aside, though, somebody
okay.
was saying that Gakpo's that cuts inside and shooting, it's almost like he has to evolve this game a little bit. Look, Mo's cuts inside and curling like he did against Chelsea and stuff like that, mini goals. When that becomes not predictable, but you're kind of like defending against it, Audrey, as a defender, because you don't want that on his left foot to curve and stuff. You got to kind of evolve your game and you got to have a counter move to that so that people are like, oh shit, he can cut over this way too. He can do that too. I feel like, yeah, Gakpo is
Yeah.
starting to become like a one-trick pony in terms of what he does. And when he does it, obviously it's goes well. Was it just are we just being spoiled because we had shiny toys to watch in Isak and Wirtz and stuff, and we're like, oh, great and stuff. Whereas Gakpo has been there, so he's kind of getting the stepchild treatment over here. Kind of like Lucho got when he was here from John.
I don't know what you're talking. Matt, you should change your name to the Turkish one to the gaslighting one, man. Like seriously.
Well, why you don't? I want to know your answer to see how you know how Gakpo's fan are you or not?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Why
Yeah,
did
you.
why did I like Gakpo more last year? I thought he was. So I named Diaz our second best attacker last year, for the record, after Salah. Because I thought Gakpo started better than Diaz to start the season, like overall, especially when it came to December and everything. But when Gakpo got injured, Lucho stepped up, became our outright second best attacker. So the time where I said I had Gakpo over Lucho was around that time, December, against Man City, against Real Madrid, stuff like that. But then when
Yeah.
Gakpo got injured, he came in, fell off. Lucho stepped up. I changed my stance. Lucho became the second best attacker.
He's lying, right? I know.
I am
Yeah,
not
he
lying.
didn't
My
change
God,
shit.
like
He did not change shit. He was trying to sell him the entire time. The audience knows the chats.
wait a minute.
Don't make me go back.
You agreed. You agreed that the amount that Bayern was paying was good enough for Lucho.
Yes,
You agreed.
I will admit to that.
Timucin agreed.
We got a lot of money, Audrey. Come on.
There you go.
But I wasn't
Well, I gotta-
actually out there trying to freaking pimp him out either to different teams and sell him and to
well,
get rid of him.
I wasn't pimping him out, man. Like I was like, we should keep Lucho because he plays two positions.
I gotta
guess
say,
goes
like the
back
money.
to Wirtz on the left hand side, like Audrey, what you were saying, like maybe Wirtz going on the left hand side occasionally, or how about Ekitike going on the left hand side occasionally?
Yeah.
You have options. I think we automatically said if Gakpo is not in his day, then it's Diaz. You can kind of switch him back and forth. Now on paper, aside from Rio, there is no other left winger, but you have people who you can play over there.
Yeah. I think, just I was telling you guys, like I definitely feel Wirtz was doing better on that side. And what Maka is our 10. That's something that always concerned me. Like, do we have another actual 10? Like we have
Szoboszlai?
Not with this path.
no, I don't know.
McAllister.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like besides him, besides Maka, if he's when he got injured, I don't remember when was it. Like 4 months ago, 3 months ago. Well, we were missing him. Oh, we looked we looked no bad, but we were struggling without Maka in the midfield.
Curtis
But
Jones.
See, I would personally rather have, if you want somebody attacking to distribute the ball, I would rather have Jones than Szoboszlai. You can't duplicate Szoboszlai's defending and running and stuff, but his passing leaves out a lot. Juju, good morning, man. That says rivals must come together. Man, there's a lot of hate going on this morning, but this is the kind of international news we want. Philippines flip-flops. I don't know what he's referring to over there, but
same in the Philippines, flip-flops are called chancletas.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Adri. I'm Filipino, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he's a flip-flop as well.
What flip-flop are you talking about? I literally I literally came on here and defended my stance and stood up for it. My God, when did I flip flop Ozan? My God,
chancletas? Is that how you say that? Because I'm gonna have to learn this for future.
Chancletas. So Johnny,
I mean, we call it. I mean, I call it chinelas because that's just a general term for slippers. But flip flops, yeah,
no,
from
for
what
chanclet. So I'm feeling. Oh, this is personal now. Because you're closer to Luis Diaz than Gakpo, and you do that, like we are brothers, like brother nations, sibling nations. Chancletas. I'm gonna give you a chancletazo. This is what we call in Colombia. I'm gonna give you a chancletazo.
Adri, enough. I've had enough of that from my mother growing up. It's okay. My mother hit me enough with the slipper growing up. It's okay.
That's what you deserve. You see, since you were a little kid and you haven't changed. Damn it.
Audrey going full Colombian over here. Thank you.
Yeah.
From Liverpool to Liverpool. I mean, yeah, Juju. It can be honestly. It has to be really frustrating. Having been on the other side of it with United for some years in the past, it has to be really frustrating as a rival. I mean, Juju can probably tell us, but I can really tell it has to be very frustrating for opponents to watch and be like, "Ah, come on!" Like
Yeah.
especially like I think the Arteta era guy was saying earlier, like like
Yeah,
you
our luck's
feel
gonna
like
run out.
as a rival, you're like, this is not gonna happen over and over again.
I
And
saw
it keeps
someone.
happening over and over again.
I saw someone
Yeah.
name it slottage time, which is perfect, right? Yeah, it's
Oh,
perfect,
love
right?
it. Love it.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
slottage time. Because
Love
someone
it.
was saying, um, slot time or Arnie time. It doesn't sound good, but slottage time sounds really
Mhm.
good.
Slottage is good actually.
Yeah. Mhm.
Opponents are obsessed with Liverpool. I'll give you that. I keep telling, I keep telling my brother, who's a United fan. If you guys wouldn't watch
Oh,
Rival
yeah.
Bros, by the way, man, it's
Yeah.
a great time. I'm having a great time with the Liverpool era and the United era. I don't know, maybe in a decade that show might reverse, but let's hope not. Pastor Troy, good morning, sir. Well, good afternoon. You're having the afternoon tea over there. We're having the morning coffee over here. And incidents. What was it? Kalencha? Oh, man, I'm gonna have to write this shit down because I will forget this.
Chancleta.
Chancleta.
Chancletas.
Yeah.
Chancleta. We should just like how do you say when you give points to the players? Um ah
Like the
well
player
when you
ratings?
say from yeah, player ratings. We're gonna say like who deserves a chancleta and
Oh,
you see and
Well, we
who
know Gakpo deserves a
oh
chinelas or a
yeah,
chancleta. Yeah.
yeah. Chinela. Chancletazo para Gakpo. Chancletazo para Gakpo, for
yeah,
sure.
Edip is in complete denial. But that's the optimism of a fan. He literally said eighth, and yeah, it's gonna be comedy all year. We're doing it live now too, usually on Tuesdays, so do hop in for that. Try to schedule it in advance. But let's go to. I'm going to ask you guys this because there was discussion on it on the another new TikTok person, by the way. But we were talking about it on the Discord channel a little bit. The whole Simeone incident. He's one of those guys. He's so freaking annoying. I'm sure, like, if he's your manager, you'll probably love him and stuff like that. But
Yes.
what do you make of that, Audrey? Because he did go apeshit at the end.
I don't know. I was actually right before this. I was looking at the guy that like did this, and he was just like he is a liar. Like I never. They were all the time bothering when they draw. They were the second manager, the assistant manager was just like being annoying and like looking at us and like doing this and whatever. So we just replied to that. But we never
Yeah.
mentioned Las Malvinas and we never said something racist or xenophobic. Like we
Wait, what was
never
that? I'm learning so much this morning.
the guy, Las
No,
Malvinas?
what was the word you just used?
Me?
You said manglenas or something like that? Did I
Uh,
hear that
Mal-
right?
Malvinas, but I don't know how to say that in English. It's like
Ozan,
the
what is Malvinas in
islands,
English?
the
That's
islands
Spanish,
that
bro.
were
Like,
took. You got
Ozan knows
yeah.
you
every
need to
language. Yeah,
profile me,
Google.
man. Jeez.
It's like the fight that Argentinians is
What?
yeah. That's it. There you go. That's it. I'm
So who
done.
do you put the blame on that then, Audrey? Do you put the blame on Simeone acting
Oh
like a
yeah.
spoiled brat, or
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
It.
for sure. He was just frustrated. Absolutely
yeah?
frustrated.
Yeah.
And you can tell that they spend a lot of money too. They have this new horrible jersey, and nothing is working for them. you know,
That
and
is a
so
god awful ugly jersey, by
Yeah.
the way. Yeah.
I don't like it. To Adri's point, where the
hate it.
jersey, where the club's logo is in the center. I don't like it. It looks weird.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
the club logo is in the center, right? Like, and then
yeah.
it's right next to the sponsor. If I'm not mistaken, it doesn't look
I,
good.
I
It's just
don't
the
know. And
colors and everything.
the color is so off.
Yeah, you didn't look at it and say, but I guess they can say the same thing about our green jersey too. Like you didn't look at it and say that's Atletico
Oh no,
Madrid.
but
Our
that
You know
green
what I mean?
jersey is
no,
so
that's
beautiful. What?
It
beautiful.
is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, you don't look at it and say that's Liverpool.
No, but I'm not saying that because I'm a hater or something. I gotta say something like my mouth is dirty now for now. But Real Madrid usually has like nice jerseys.
Yes,
Like it's not
they do.
like
I hate to say it. Yes.
I do recognize when I see a beautiful jersey, but this jersey is no. So I think he was just frustrated for that moment.
Do you own a Bayern Diaz jersey, Adri? Be honest with us.
No, no,
No. Okay.
no,
I heard
no.
he's doing. I hear he's doing good though, Diaz.
Oh,
I
don't
think
don't
yeah.
act like you care, okay?
I can't win. I
And
can't
I
win.
almost, I
Like I
almost
cannot
follow him.
win.
I was like, oh yeah. Oh my god, you're trying. I'm like, I
Like
don't
I
believe
can't
you
win.
anymore.
Like when I say I like him, no one believes me. When I hate him, everyone gets. I never win. Like I never win.
Leeds kid is better. You know what? I just saw it too. I have to look at it. I do love our green
I
shirt. I
haven't.
really
Yeah,
do.
our green shirt's
I
really
guess
good.
my point is, when you turn on a game, I don't know, like more. I know it's like more traditionalist and stuff like that, but you expect Liverpool to be in the red and stuff like that. So I love the jersey. It's a beautiful jersey. I'm usually a bigger fan of like the third kits, though, because they end up being more unique and stuff.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
what my point is, sometimes you look on the pitch and instantly that's Liverpool, that's Atletico Madrid, that's like Barcelona and stuff like that. That was like what I was like referring to over there. John is in a lose-lose scenario, but that's what
Always.
happens.
Always.
Yeah.
It's gaslight central here. Like
Fashion, yes, actually, our sponsor, Jayla Fashions. You should go check it out at jaylafashions.com. They sponsored our Carragher
Oh,
shirts as well. So
nice.
yeah, go check them out over there. Anything custom, 'tis the season. Well, not yet, I guess it's only September, but it's never too early to get your Christmas shopping out of the way. I'm gonna get you a Diaz shirt, a custom Diaz shirt there, John.
Dude, who
I
else
don't
to join
mind.
you
Like I
today?
said, I like Lucho, but then for some reason I don't use him.
Jesus Christ.
Because we know the reality. That's why. Embrace the darkness, says Ryan. Yes,
Yeah,
appreciate
I'm
it.
gonna
It is
have to.
definitely a nice one. Good morning, Chris, by the way. Yeah, I mean, okay, we went totally different. How do we even come to this? Oh, Simeone. Yeah, John, let me ask you about Simeone. I don't know how we got to the jerseys suddenly, but because you guys started like poo-pooing their jerseys, which it was fugly as hell. But John, what do you make of the whole Simeone thing?
Listen, he started it like we ended it. Like and to be fair, we can't act super guilty because Klopp was the same at some point where he goes over the top with some of those celebrations, but then at the same
Yeah.
time, I understood why he was celebrating with his assistants. They came back from 2-0 down. They looked like they weren't gonna win this. They had like a 0.01% chance of winning when we went 2-0 up at the 6th minute. So I get it. So, but at the same time, you got to learn to take it, man.
Yeah,
Like he
Yeah.
loves to instigate. You got to learn how to take it. It is what it is, and he just lost it. He
I
just
think that's a
Absolutely.
big part of it. By the way, yes, good afternoon to you, sir. You're having you're one of those having the afternoon tea while we're having the morning coffee over here. But that's the thing. When you go, I mean, look, these guys go to away places all the way, Audrey, and you have to have a thick skin. You're gonna hear it from the crowd nonstop, especially in stadiums like Anfield, where they're a lot closer to the fans. Like they're sitting a lot closer to the fans.
Yeah.
And if you go at the fans, look, when you come back from 2-0 to 2-2,
Yeah.
and you kind of like take, you go out and say, like this, take this to the fans, you have to live with the consequences of the fans coming back at you when it's 3-2. I mean, that's basically what it boils down to.
And at Anfield, it's like,
Yeah.
come on, just grow up. And the fact it's just making everything worse for the fact that he left the media press. It's like, come on, stop. Like
Yeah.
really embrace it and just like be a man and talk about football. But like what happened in the pitch, stay at the pitch. That's it,
Mm.
It was just he's a crying baby. I really hate that. I don't like when managers like from the top, like the manager is the responsible of like holding psychologically and
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
like physically their players, and and if he's not capable to just like handle the situation in a better way, then man, what is he gonna do with his own team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree to this, by the way, because kind of like expected that going into this game, and you didn't get the usual Atletico shithousery and stuff like that. I kind of give that to because like they got slapped early. I mean, shit, I wasn't expecting that. Like we weren't expecting that. They definitely weren't expected to be down 2-0. I think that kind of like knocked them off their game a little bit because I am
Yeah.
shocked that we did not get a lot of the usual Atletico Madrid shithousery. I mean, they didn't. If that game is 0-0 going into like 30th minute, 40th minutes, you do, I
Yeah.
think, see more Atletico guys rolling around and tying their shoes and doing the things that they normally do and like kicking the ball away and all that kind of stuff. I think they got slapped early, so they did not even get a chance to kind of like do their regular thing. But I think it goes back to that. Klopp. Okay, so let's do this because I think we're a little biased over here. Look, I think giving it to the yes, Klopp has motion stuff to the fans when the fans got on them. I think
Yeah, I'm just
part
trying
of
to
it
be
is, I guess,
objective.
John, when a fan base really loves a manager, in
Yeah.
most cases, that means everybody else hates the shit out of
Yeah,
them.
and I
Yeah.
remembered liking Kazi's comment on the Discord yesterday where he'd run through a wall for Simeone. If he was my manager, I would feel the same.
Yes.
Or I would defend him until the end because we did the same with Klopp. Where and
Yeah.
I remember tuning into a panel show at some point a few years ago, where I forget the gentleman Tim who was the Fulham fan who said that he's not a fan.
Alex. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a fan of Klopp's I can't blame him. I can't
Yeah.
blame him with Klopp's touchline stuff. I can't blame him if you're a rival fan. You're like, dude, sit down.
Yes,
We feel the
exactly.
same. We feel the same way with Arteta when he's over at the, over the touchline and everything, like going out of the manager's box. Like just being objective. Yeah, we've had our version of Simeone. Like Arnie right now is a bit more composed, but we had that with Simeone. So I totally understand. But then at the same time, yeah, sucks for Simeone. You got to take it, man.
I mean, you don't have a lot of managers pulling a hammy celebrating like
Right?
Klopp
Yeah,
did.
exactly.
But I think, it's like that with players too, Audrey. There are some players that you despise, but deep down, like I was actually talking about the Brunos, and I think we were talking with Ed on the Rival Bros. Like, we were comparing Brunos. I hate both Brunos, Bruno Fernandes and Bruno Guimaraes,
Mhm.
but I would not mind having Bruno Guimaraes on my team, even though I despise him as an opponent. Fernandez, I would not want to have on my team at all. I would not want him anywhere near my club.
And
But there
why?
are some players like Bruno Guimaraes comes to my mind first. I don't know why. Like of all these players,
Tim Adri is asking why won't you like
Why?
Bruno? Yeah,
because he's annoying. Why
He's
to
annoying.
Fernandez or why to Guimaraes?
no, to Fernandez, right?
Fernandez, yeah, Fernandez.
I would not want him anywhere near my club. He's just
We
the
were
personality,
actually
the lack of
we were
leadership.
actually in for him at a time, though, Tim. For a time, we were in for him.
Look, would he be a different person and a personality if he walked into our club where there are different leaders? I don't know, but that dude is not a leader. I would never want him.
Yeah.
Just ask Ed.
I
would
agree.
never want him as a captain. I would never want
Yeah.
him as a leader. He turns like the dude. There is no way in hell Van Dijk does a press conference when he throws the freaking young center back under the bus. Mind you, when he had nothing to do with the goal, and he's like, Yoro was stuff to spell up. Go watch that highlight. It has nothing to do with it. And he like if Van Dijk plays with Leone next week, like against Southampton or whatever, and he makes like a mistake, I guarantee you Van Dijk might say we had a miscommunication, blah blah blah, but he will never name names
never.
and say he screwed it up. The dude is not a leader. He's a jackass. Kind of Chris says he's a whiner. There's so many things to hate. Like I don't see any enough good qualities where I would want him on my team. Whereas Bruno Guimaraes, as much of a whiner and stuff he is, like I like his ambition and going for it and like constant. So I wouldn't mind if he was on our team. I think we would like Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we would like Bruno Fernandes if he was on our team.
I do agree definitely like the influence of the leaders in the teams. I mean, obviously it's huge. I remember when Man City was going through that deep crisis when Pep just like scratched his head and he was just like doing fucking weird stuff. I mean, like everyone was just so fucked up. I was like, man, I was even concerned. I was like, at the beginning, I was like, and then I was like, oh no, that's not looking
It still look
good.
off.
Yeah, like ooh, like and you could see the situation in the players' faces. Oh man, how important is to have like
Yeah.
a good leader, like a balanced and wise leader. Oof.
I mean, you have to have people to kind of follow and set the example and stuff like that. That's why I would not want that dude anywhere near my team. But going, like that's how I feel about like some managers too. There are some guys who are like, and I think as fans, John, we like those managers a bit more because we are probably running up and down the living room. So when the manager is doing it too, we're like, he's like me. Whereas Slot has changed though. Like he was a lot more reserved when he first came in, just hugging the assistants and going back. I do see him celebrating a lot more now. But yeah, I mean, it goes back to, in some ways, we want to see the emotion from the manager because there are some managers who, like, you can be like Ancelotti and you have no idea what the score is looking at that dude.
Yeah. It resonates. I think it resonates with us fans more when the manager shows the passion because that's what we always show. Like we're always super passionate about the result. We're always super passionate if our favorite player doesn't get selected in the team sheet and stuff like that. So I get it, which is why I'm totally in agreement. Like I know we don't like him. But then at the same time, Simeone can't be doing much wrong. Atletico have held on to him for like forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In a league where literally only 2 teams win, he's won multiple seasons. So he is a good manager. He has his style. Like people don't like his style, but at the end of the day, it's not like he's an Arteta where it hasn't resulted in any trophies. It has. It's worked.
That's a burn out of nowhere.
Yeah,
there.
listen, the Arsenal fan came in here talking about luck. I'm gonna talk about trophies, my friend. Gonna talk about trophies.
See, Adri, he goes around like this innocent dude, but this is the real John. You're getting a real taste of John over here. So, well, that was when did this happen? Because we're gonna have to frame that moment. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we would definitely love him if it was ours. Like I do definitely agree to that. So, but when you do that, you have to take it in the chin when like things don't go your way. Especially the odd thing is, if I'm Simeone, I would have, knowing Liverpool and knowing what happens at the end of the game, I would have probably held it till the end to give the fans to up yours after like 2-2 or something like that.
Yeah,
so that you don't look like an asshole at the end, which is what basically.
It's really funny. Like he was celebrating there, and I was like, surely not. He's celebrating. Like there's still quite a bit to go, plus added time. And we were piling on we were piling on the pressure even before we conceded that goal. So it wasn't over by any means. I'm just surprised, like Simeone. I think he got carried away. You remember that when they knocked us out of the Champions League a few years ago, and he was celebrating because Adrian decided to forget how to become a goalkeeper, right? And he was celebrating like crazy there at the end. He probably got carried away and thought, yeah, this is a repeat of that. Like Anfield is my dog's house or some shit like that. Yeah. It's fun. Justice.
In Llorente too. What a stupid celebration. What is that?
I love as well. When Llorente scored the second, you'd think no one scored. It was so quiet. I don't know if you guys noticed. Like I was like, fuck. I shouted fuck, but then the crowd, like I felt like I was louder than Anfield when Llorente scored.
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. This is what I like about the club right now, more than anything. Right now, and we were actually talking this with like Angie too, because I'm not. I've talked about this before. Anybody who follows the show regularly knows I am not a fan of Suarez at all. Love his goal scoring and finishing and stuff like that, but he's a shit of a human being, like overall in general. Not like, I mean, we were talking about, Chris was actually mentioning like Robertson, for example, in the comments. When I say shit of a human being, I'm not talking about being a shithousery and doing all that kind of stuff. That's fine. I can laugh to that. That's part of the game, getting under the skin of the opponent and stuff. Suarez is a shit of a person. That's my take on him. Any guy who says racist stuff, I never liked the fact that we kind of backed him when he was being a racist jerk, for one, going around biting people, punching people. I mean, who the hell does that? But
and you saw he spit at like playing with Inter the Miami. He spit a referee. It was
that's him in a nutshell. Not shocked at all. Like it's one of those where I was not shocked at all, because to me
like
that's the level of like a human being. I agree. Kind of a deal. But I think I know what Chris means though. Like when he was scoring for us and stuff, we were rooting. But that's what I really love about this team right now, Audrey, and that probably goes to recruiting. And I think, if we were interested in Bruno Fernandes, maybe that's why he's not here now. Because I feel like, a lot of work, and, when you see these interviews with all these scouts and stuff like that, there's a lot of work being put into finding out about the player and their personality. And this is a team that, I can't find anybody to hate on or like kind of be like, I don't know if I'm sold on him. It feels like all like stand-up guys. Maybe it looks like that because they're winning or whatever. Even Costas makes a mean coffee. So you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I feel like we recruit right, where it's full of leaders, a ton of captains of their national teams and stuff like that. And it's the culture. Maybe you bring a guy who is not a perfect fit, but he sees all these people around him and kind of like follows suit.
Yeah, I believe in energies a lot, and like some people call me crazy for this, but I like looking at the new guys yesterday. I felt like they're my babies, and like seeing them being like doing so good and just moving forward and just like trying and like in their faces. For example, in Isak's face, I could feel his anxiety a little bit, but also like how like he knew the responsibility that he had on his shoulders, and you can see the respect and the love and like the pride of like wearing the
Yeah.
jersey. And I felt that energy. Same for I don't know, I think it was the second half, finishing the first half. It was a movement between Frimpong and Wirtz, and like all the new like the old guys were like, you guys do it, like you can do that, and they were just like just trying. And I was like, oh my god, that's so beautiful. Like, there's some camaraderia, and there's like some even French, like they are building a new friendship and like a new relationship between them. um and that was one of the main reasons that made me fall in love of this team, that you're saying we choose our players. I say we, right? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, no, listen, this or this,
It
no,
is
this
we,
not.
yeah.
But we choose our players, um knowing also like the human being behind the jersey, and that's so beautiful. And I do agree, that makes me fall more and more in love with this team.
I mean, John feels the same way on all players except Diaz. But yeah, what do you think, John? I mean, is that
You're telling me that after talking about Costas, like the only thing he
hey?
contributed was making
I
coffee. Even
complimented them. He makes the
like you're
mean
talking
coffees. You
about
guys
like it's
know.
the only thing he contributed, not like he won us the FA Cup
He
or a
won us the
Carling
FA
Cup.
Cup. I forget. Sorry.
Yeah,
He won us the
and
FA
he won
Cup,
us,
yeah.
and he had that assist that led to us winning the League Cup in last season. But
When
what
I
the hell
look
do I?
back at the trophies we won over the last few years, I say to myself every day, thank God for Costas. Otherwise, we would not win these trophies.
Absolutely, man. You should. Like he helped. Like he helped more than most, man. He
uh,
played more of a part than that in that last League Cup win than Trent did.
Ooh, we
If we're
made it to
being real.
58 minutes before Trent's name came up.
Yeah,
Who is injured? What a damn shame that is.
yeah. I would love to.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, but I
Yeah.
think we're gonna hopefully he's completely recover for November, man. Or are you
it's
fucking
November. Our game against Madrid.
our
Yeah,
game is
November 4th
November?
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So he
He'll
is
make it.
out
so
for 6 weeks,
He-
and the game is 7 weeks away.
You know the thing is, I feel like even if Trent was healthy, he'd duck us. You remember that time, Tim, where you and I were talking about when he mentioned that Liverpool winning trophies at Liverpool means more than winning at Man City, and then Kyle Walker came with like a response to
Yeah.
that, and then the
no.
next game that was against Man City, and he was injured, and he made those comments. So I think Trent's that kind of guy, man, to like say something.
Love a little trans hate first thing in the morning.
Yeah,
Gotta love
like
it.
he's gonna say
We
some
have to.
inflammatory shit like that, but when it comes down to it, he's gonna duck the challenge. I don't know. So I feel like even if he's healthy, he won't play. He'll
Yeah, he
still be
will
injured.
be. Yeah, he will not heal as well as he would hope to,
Yeah.
and come in late. But Carvajal got a red in the same game too, so I don't know who the hell they have as
Yeah.
a right back left. So,
Yeah, I know.
poor Real Madrid. Moment of silence for Real. I
Oh,
know
oh,
exactly.
poor babies.
Chancletas, if you will. Okay. That'll be it for us today. The Bald Crew is on tonight at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. So do tune in for that. That would mean Chris and those on the other side, you will have to set your alarm to 2 in the morning and get up to watch those guys. But they'll be on tonight. I'm sure they'll talk a lot about this game, and I know those guys will start looking forward to the derby, especially Kazi's on there. That's the game for him. So I'm sure they'll be talking a lot about that. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. We are shooting for 1,500. What are we at right now? 1,457. So we're 43 away with 13 days to go. So grab a friend, drag their butt over here, and have them subscribe as well. And if you want to, Audrey, I'm going to let you pick the music. Something Colombian, hopefully, for John's
Ooh.
TikTok dance. Because we're at 824 now. We were 816 when we started the show. So we're at 824. Something Colombian, maybe, or
Luis
why don't
Diaz,
you dance
Luis
to the
Diaz
Diaz song?
situation.
Yeah, why don't you dance to the Diaz song? Wouldn't that be
I
Absolutely.
better?
love the Diaz song, to be fair.
There you go. We're all set.
But there's like in Copa America, we released like a hit, a huge, amazing song, and Luis Diaz not only is mentioned, but he sings. So I think we can work on it. I'm gonna send you both proposals, and we can discuss that.
Oh, I'm so excited. Way to be excited. It has to be shit. John's hips don't lie, people. John's hips don't lie. Well, have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you guys. I'll see you
Wait.
guys tomorrow bright and early.
Let, let me take a screenshot just to post on my social media, so you guys say like
you have to
hello
smile.
or hi or hey.
You have to wave, or you have to dance, one or the other.
Wait, what I did? I just yeah. Okay. Again.
Nice.
One. Again. Ready? There you go. Perfect.
Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you guys soon. Take care.